Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while, but I'm happy to come back out and make some more content. Just with the weather we're having in February, with the snowstorms and the high wind and the days getting short, just hadn't had time to come up and make a video, but finally got a good break in the weather. All the snow's pretty much melted. It's a warm day. It feels like spring. It's pretty nice. So I want to get out here and do a video on a new air gun I got for Christmas. This is the Crosman Crusher, and this it's a new air gun, new old stock, but they don't make this anymore. This was made, I did some research, I think around like the 2010 era. This is actually one of the first ones that they made when they came out with their nitro piston technology back around the 2010-2012 era, I believe. So this has got like their Gen 1 nitro piston technology. So Crosman Crusher, 22 cal. Look here in the back of specs. Dovetail mounting rail, weight 6 pounds, overall length 45.5 inches, rifled steel barrel. It says it's a 2-stage adjustable trigger. I haven't tried to adjust it. Velocity up to 950 in alloy and 800 in lead, which we're going to test that out. Here's another picture on the back. Comes with a scope, no rifle sights on it, so it comes with a 4x32 scope and some rings, but I don't have the scope that it came with on it. I got my Tasco scope on there, and I believe the rings that it comes with I have on. So yeah, that's the box. Pretty cool old stuff. Gonna set that down. Give you a flyby of the gun. Here's the brake barrel. Crosman Crusher. It's at 22 cal. As you can see, no sights on it. Have to put a scope on it. So pretty cool. Does not have an automatic safety, which is a nice feature. Some people like that. Some people like automatics. I'm indifferent. There is a screw down there. See this hole in the trigger guard. If you take a little Phillips head screwdriver, stick it down, you can adjust the trigger, which I might play with. I've read that some people say with these adjustable 2-stage triggers, it's just for the first stage. You can't actually like adjust the weight of the trigger, but maybe there's a way to fix that. Maybe with a longer screw you could actually adjust the weight and make it a lighter trigger, but I don't have a trigger gauge, so I'm not going to be checking that out. Do have a chronograph. We're going to check that out. I have taken this out, shot it some, and kind of did like a little break-in with it, shot it some, and then also cleaned the barrel pretty good too. I don't think I've really shot it much since I cleaned the barrel, so we're gonna take some shots with it, sight it in, do a velocity test. I believe it does still need sighted in. I don't think it's quite on. I have some pans and pots set up down there at like 60-ish yards that I just kind of plink with sometimes, just shooting for fun. So, and I can hit them with this, so, but it's probably not like super accurate. We're going to be shooting at about like 23-ish yards. I've got some pellets here, different variety we're going to try. Got some Beeman round nose, some Daisy max speed flat nose pellets. These are lead, they're not alloy. I don't know what the weight is on them, maybe around 14 grains. I think these are around 14 grains as well, like maybe like 14.5 or 14.3. I've got some Super H points, 14.2 grains we're going to try. Some Excite plinking, which I think these are like a 12.9 grains. So these are the lightest, so. And then I've got some Super Domes, some 14.5 grain Super Domes we're going to try. So we got a couple varieties. So let's do the velocity test here. And I'm going to use the Excite plinking, because that's the lightest lead I have, and it does say 800 FPS with lead. So we're going to see if we can get close to that. Knowing manufacturers, they probably use the lightest pellets they can get to get those numbers. So we're going to try the lightest pellets I have and see if we can get close to 800. Let me bring you around. Okay, 701, not bad. Not bad. Again, there are lighter lead pellets out there. It's just this happens to be the lightest that I have on hand. I think RWS Hobbies in 22 cal are the lightest you can get. They're like 11.9. 698. We'll just do one more, kind of get it warmed up a little bit. Okay. 704. Okay, not bad. Not a bad spread. Alright, so like I said, don't quite have this thing sighted in for this close of a range. So we're going to try to sight it in on the right side target. I got my target camera down there so you can get a better look. So I'm gonna try to sight it in with these Super H points. I'm gonna try and sight it in with those. I have a good feeling that these are going to be accurate for the most part. And we're going to sight it in, and then once we get sighted in, we'll shoot a group with all the different pellet types and see which one it likes. I don't have a ton of pellets, unfortunately, in 22 cal. I should probably get more, but I don't really have a lot of 22 cals. I have this, my Gamo, my Benjamin, and I guess my Crosman 362, and now this, so I should probably get some more pellets, but we're going to shoot from a bag. Let's turn it down a little bit. Again, we're going to shoot at the right target, about 23-ish yards. There we go. Not sure if I can hit it. Alright, I'm ready to go. Walk up closer. I'm not sure where you go. Alright, get closer. We'll shoot way off to the left of the cardboard. I brought it over to the right, so now let's try it back here. See what we get. So, let's go this way. So let's go bring it down. Let's get it right side. I'm going to have something flat to see with these coin turrets. So we can adjust them. Alright. Sorry. You're good. Peter, come here. Wait, one side. You're not listening. One side. One side. Grab a piece of cheese. I don't know. You want cheese? You want cheese? Okay. We got to shoot get somewhere. Move it down. Move it right. We're ready to fall off. Go do that. Right next to it. So a little down. A little right. A little more right. So you keep the left of it. Okay. Try that one. Here. What are we? See what's going on. Stand up. Okay. We duplicate that though. That's the question. Alright. Let's try another shot. Okay. Thanks for that. Okay, this one. Try to shoot that low shot. See if we find something that will shoot well. I guess it doesn't seem to be shooting super H's very well, which is kind of surprising. Nope, I think we're close enough. Might shoot those last. I just shot those a bunch. Let's try these Super Domes. I do not have a lot left, but I have enough for 5 shots, so let's try. and take 5 shots with these super domes at the left cardboard at the top left. Let's try for a group there. Okay, probably working good. I think we just hit low into the right of the chute, see? Which is fine, I'm going for a group, not point of impact. I find a pellet that lights like noise just so I can hit my running in, but let's try again. Who knows, this gun could be hold sensitive, it could like to be held a certain way. Just 3. Trigger's not too bad. It might be a bit heavy for some of you, but it doesn't feel bad. It's not really gritty. It does kind of have a little bit of slacking take up. You kind of hit a wall. You just kind of squeeze till it fires, but it doesn't seem terrible. Then I've never shot a match grade trigger either, so. So that's 4. This will be 5 when we go to this pellet. Not a very good group. Looks like pretty big. So could just be not the right pellets, or it could just be hold sensitive. I'm gonna try some. Let me try these other round pellets. Let me try these demons. I had to put tape on the pellets in because it does not want to stay closed. I gotta peel that off. It'll peel off. Good enough. Okay, I've got quite a few of these left, but they were not accurate out of my gamma, I believe, so I didn't really shoot them that much, but I don't think they were really accurate out of the 362 either, and the quality of them, they look a bit rough. A lot of debris kind of left behind, but well, no. Alright, I'm going to try something. I'm going to try what I think is called the artillery hold. I'm going to rest my hand underneath the stock of the rifle and just kind of hold it loosely. Maybe if I hold the gun, maybe it will like that better. I'll just hold it loose. Okay, top right. Should we see? Well, I don't know. It seemed to fit better in breach than anything else, but I don't know because that one might have went, I don't know, 4 inches low. Is that on? There we go. Yeah, that 4 inches low, but that one landed exactly right next to it, so. Hi, what you doing? I wonder if I should wash these bean pellets because they're kind of dirty. I don't know if you can see that, but they're kind of dirty. I wonder if I should wash these. I might have to because it looks like it's leaving crud behind after I shoot them. That's 4. And this should be 5. These look like they're actually doing pretty well, but they are leaving lead shavings all over my breech, seal and breech. I think these need to be cleaned up. They do kind of protrude out a little bit. I wonder if it's just shaving the pellet. Every time I close it on the tube there, it seems to be doing well. I wonder if maybe I could try rechamfering the breech or something. Maybe that help pulse and help give better accuracy. Sometimes some people do that on cheaper air guns. This is definitely a made in China cheaper air gun. But it seems to be grouping better than the super guns, so that was abysmal. Better than the super domes. Better than the super domes, a lot better. I think that group will be good. Definitely shaking a lot, trying to hold the fore end of the gun steady on the bag. Definitely was a lot steadier when I was just resting on the bag. May continue testing with these and try just shooting from a bag, not artillery hold. Maybe it'll do better, maybe it won't. Maybe I need to cleaned the pellets, but now we're going to get onto these daisies. Let's get onto these daisies. These premium, call them premium grade. I think they're like a 14 grade maybe, or 14.5, something like that. I believe they're made in Spain. Yeah, these ones are made in Spain, no longer made in China, because Gamma's owned Daisy for a little while that I know of, so we're going to try these. They look decent. They kind of look like the Gamma flat nose pellets. That's probably exactly what they are, just Gamma flat nose pellets in a different tin, but let's give them a try. We're going to go for the bottom left, 5 shots. I'm going to continue with the artillery bolt for now, and maybe test later without the artillery bolt, if they do well. I don't know. They might have hit my bottom clip. You can probably see it on the target camera. Maybe you saw what happened there, but I can't see it from here, so let's try to aim. I'm going to try to aim at the top of the chute, see maybe we'll hit them wrong. Oh, here's the cardboard. But I don't see a hole. Maybe the cardboard, so maybe we'll try to hold that point of aim to see if we can find them and go take a closer look. Oh, okay, so this is very low. I just knocked off the clip. So I think I'm nearly done, so maybe we can adjust for that. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely all known, right? That's why I shot my clip off. So I'm going to fix that. So what I'm doing is I am aiming to the left of the middle target, and I'm hitting high enough where I can see it. So we're going to try to keep that hole to this group. Shoot 4 more times. Alright, we'll let it play. But, okay. This probably seems like very nicely in breach. Yeah. Okay. So that bottom clip is off. We're going to get a little bit of flackiness, but as long as it holds pretty still, we'll leave it on. No, it's not way left. You might not need pellets for you, but this is the last one, I think. Please. Not the best. I believe that was 5. So we're going to call that 5. Not the best. Very, very wide group. Much like the Superdomes were. So I don't think I'm going to retest those with a different hold. Now we're on to the Excites. If I can get that open. This is a good collapsible tin that you can close. This Beeman one is just iffy, but this one, this is a good tin. Even though it's not a screw on, it doesn't seem to pop open on me. Caulking effort 2 also seems just fine, doesn't seem overly hard. That pellet just fell right in until it hit the skirt. Metal breech and metal wedge detent, which I believe is nice. Okay, just making sure this gun is tight. I know it's been in a box forever and I'm shooting it now. And sometimes these lower end guns will kind of loosen up and throw accuracy, so might check those screws later, but so far I did pretty well with those Beeman round noses. Might do some further testing with those in the future. Okay, let's go bottom right. Alright, we need the cardboard. Could be going low just like all the rest of these pellets. It seems like they'll just go low. Alright, not even hitting the cardboard. Let's try up and left. Okay, very low and to the right, very low and right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just aim at the center bullseye, and the center shoot, and that might actually bring me up and over to the left enough to get on the cardboard. Let's try that. Okay, cardboard center, let's try it again maybe. Yeah, the cardboard is very low. That one was a little bit lower than expected. We'll do 3 more shots. Actually, we'll do 2 more for that one too. No, we'll do 3 more because that one very bottom right was just trying to get it on paper, so let's just do 3 more to be fair. Alright, no idea where that went, so not good at all. Exactly on this group. Alright. Last pellet. Super H's. Last pellet. Super H's. Either redemption group or complete total failure. We're going to do the artillery hold this time instead of wrestling the bag. Maybe that'll make a difference, maybe not. I haven't totally figured out this gun yet, but We'll get there. Alright, not the best group, but let's go take a look at our target. Alright, so I'll give you a quick look here at our targets. Superdomes, not the best. Daisy flat nose, not the best, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. That might be that group. Excites 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that might be 5, or that might be 5, or I might have shot a 6th one. I don't know if I did. And then the Super H points, definitely I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the beam and round pellets, which are kind of a made in China, kind of a lower quality pellet in my opinion. I actually did the best out of this. Those 4 shots right there can easily be covered by a quarter, which I think is pretty respectable for a budget gun at 23-ish yards. Total group bigger than a quarter, can't touch them all with a quarter. So probably somewhere around like an 1.25 inch group, or maybe big, maybe 1.5 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. But overall not bad. I'm definitely gonna use these and do some more testing, probably zeroed in, because this is the target I was shooting at, and we're way down here, so we're definitely several inches low with that pellet. So I might wash these and clean these and maybe sort through them and only shoot pellets out of this tin that have a good skirt, because I saw some bent ones in there. These pellets are very dirty, leaving some shavings and stuff behind. So clean those up, maybe try a couple different holds with the gun, and maybe I can tighten that up a little bit till I can get them all 4 at least covered by a quarter at like 25 yards. That would be pretty good for a budget gun, because that's what this is. This is a budget air rifle. These new back in the day are probably around I don't know, maybe 70 to 120 bucks somewhere. Again, this is new old stock. You can't get these. This has what I believe is probably their first generation piston, gas piston technology. So not bad. I'm very pleased with that group. They did better than I thought they would. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.